Dear বন্ধু বান্ধৱী সকল ৰেঞ্জাৰ এবাসিছ ইউটিউব চেনেলটোৰ অন্য এটা ভিডিঅ'লৈ আপোনালোকক সকলোকে স্বাগতম জনাইছো So today I am going to discuss the previous year question paper analysis of optional subject environmental science. In my last video I have discussed the few questions of environmental science question paper of the previous year question paper of APSC Forest Ranger Examination. In my last episode I have discussed the first 20 questions of written exam 2019. So now I am going to discuss other few questions of remaining few questions of APSC Forest Ranger Examination of optional subject environmental science written paper. So let's begin. So the question number 21, how many phases are there in the biogeochemical cycles? So dear friends, the basic concept of ecosystem actually comprises with these biogeochemical cycles only. Since we know what is ecosystem is the correlation between the biotic and abiotic factor of the environment. So that's why the correlation and coordination system and how it is correlated, how the biotic and abiotic component is correlated is through biogeochemical cycles. So that's why how many phases, if somebody asks how many phases are there in the biogeochemical cycle, there are two phases. One phase is biotic and other factor is abiotic. So this is the layout of a model layout of biogeochemical cycle. Here in biosphere, you can see the whole flora and fauna. These are the biotic components, and other abiotic components are in this water, soil, then deep earth, then atmosphere, outer space. All are the abiotic components, and these are the biotic components. So you may get the little bit rough idea. So if you are studying properly the biogeochemical cycle chapter of this environmental science question paper, you will get whole detail. This is just a gist. Next question, another question from this biogeochemical cycle chapter. So which of the following cycles belong to sedimentary cycle? So sedimentary means rock, the cycles which is related to rocks, not in the gaseous cycles, or not in the form of sedimentation, how it is related. This carbon cycle, phosphorus cycles, nitrogen cycle, none of the above. Carbon cycle is gaseous, nitrogen cycle is gaseous, remaining what? It is phosphorus cycle. Phosphorus cycle is sedimentary cycle. It is also from biogeochemical cycle. So dear friends, so this chapter biogeochemical cycle is quite important in context of examination point of view, and also in context of understanding ecosystem concept also. So please have a look on the chapter. Next question, Climax stable grassland ecosystems are the characteristics of tropical zone. Here the question comes from the succession, ecological succession. So Climax community, where we get this grassland ecosystem in the Climax community. As we know that in tropical zone we get the tree or the woodland. In equatorial zone also we have thick forest, woodland. Alpine zone we have the coniferous forest. Remaining what? Temperate zone. Yes, temperate zone there is very less chance of growing high vegetation. So that's why the Climax stable grassland ecosystems are found in temperate zone, because the temperate zone is not much favorable for growing the woodland species or woody species. That's why the Climax stable grassland ecosystem is found in temperate zone. So you can this is the whole question is coming from the concept. It is related to the succession also, is related to the this biome concept also, and related to your climate climatic vegetational difference, climatic difference, on what basis the vegetation are different. Actually such a type of question may come in the paper of forestry also. So you may have a look in the chapter. Question number 24. Which of the following ecosystems is used by migratory birds as seasonal homes? See friends, this question is quite tricky, and I think the question, whatever has been set up, the sentence is not correct, accurately correct, because in all the ecosystems are preferred by migratory birds in true sense, because the question could be in the context of Assam or in the context of some geographical area, or the question could be the which of the following ecosystem is mostly preferred by. It could be, huh? So that's why in that point only that question could be correct, and the answer also whatever has been suggested is correct. The thing is that we have to choose one correct answer, but we need to see the majority thing, because we have the grassland migratory birds. Uh, we don't have the big, but we don't have the tundra ecosystem in Assam. We have that's why if we see the context of Assam or context of India, so mostly migratory birds prefer wetland. We can in case of, for example, if we see the national parks or other water bodies in Assam, for example, Kaziranga, Manas, then Nameri, and Pobitora. Then this one, Laukha Burasapuri. Most of the wetlands are during the winter. Most of the wetlands are filled up with the migratory birds. So if we see the context of Assam, we'll get the mostly the migratory birds are residing during this winter season in wetland. But we have grassland migratory birds also. We have woodland migratory birds also. We have aerial migratory bird. We have Amur falcon, which is not a wetland bird. We have this one, ruddy kingfisher, which is not a wetland dwelling species. So there are many example of species which are not directly wetland migratory, but we have good number of wetland migratory bird. For example, the greater white-fronted goose, bar-headed goose, then northern pintail. There are many. Even painted stork from last year it is coming to Pobitora. So we have good number of wetland migratory birds. And in context of Assam, wetlands are quite important because Assam has one Ramsar site which is Deepor Bill, and Assam has one bird sanctuary called Panidihing Bird Sanctuary. So it is located in Sivsagar district of Assam. So and also in other parts of Assam, though from few wetlands are not within the protected area regime or within the protected area, so we need to conserve the wetland not only for the purpose of bird migration. It also serves as a water sink for the people, for other wildlife, for other animal. So that's why we need to conserve the wetland along with other forests and other vegetation. Coming to the next question of 25. In which of the following zones freshwater lake fishes can survive but depend upon two other zones for food? Littoral zone, limnatic zone, profundal zone, and benthic zone. The answer is profundal zone. Let's see the cross-sectional view of the freshwater ecosystem. So you can see the level where the vegetation growth is there in freshwater ecosystem. It is called littoral zone. After till the littoral zone, where the water portion is called limnatic zone. After limnatic zone, it is profundal zone. At the ground level, where where there is a heavy vegetation, not vegetation, when there is a soil, organic layer is there, that is called benthic zone. In case of profundal zone, the fishes can survive, but it depends on the littoral and limnatic zone for their food. Which of the following state has the largest amount of total replenishable groundwater resources in square kilometer per year? Straightforward answer. This is Uttar Pradesh. Nothing to discuss, nothing to describe. So you have to read the book. You have to read the GK related to environmental science. You will get the answer. Which of the following states has the highest coverage of very dense forest? This is Jharkhand. But in today's context, you need to in a very interesting question, because in the point of view of forest cover. So the dense forest, the moderate forest, it is actually the classification of forest is being done by Forest Survey of India. So the thing is that Forest Survey of India, in biannually, it publishes one report called India's State of Forest Report. So recently, in 2000, India's State of Forest Report 2021 has been published, and for the context of our Forest Ranger examination. So in case of both the papers, forestry, environmental science, and GK, in all three papers, you need to The question may be asked from that ISFR, India State of Forest Report 2021. So I'll make a video on the India State of Forest Report 2021, and also it is my request to you, if you want to download the India State of Forest Report, it is quite easily available in Forest Survey of India's website, and also have a look in detail. If possible, have a look in detail. So, and if not possible, try, they also publish some gist in gist format, in the short booklet, small booklet format. So you can go through that. So this is my request to you. Please go through the India State of Forest Report 2021. Going to the next question. The total number of national parks in India as on 2008 is. So the in 4 answers were there. So 509, 320, 500, and 96. I have, while I was searching the answer for this question in 2008, the number of national park was 96. But today it is 2022, and the national park number has been increased. But the thing is that we have to rely on a very resourceful, authentic website. Wildlife Institute of India Environmental Information Center, WINVIS. So it is the quite reliable center, authenticate center, from where you will get the details regarding any wildlife related information. For example, national park, wildlife sanctuaries, tiger reserve. In case of tiger reserve, we have the website of NTCA. So go through the website also if you want to know more about the tiger reserve. So let's come to this question that in 2008 it was 1996. I browsed this website WINVIS, and I have found that actually that website has been updated, but they have updated the number of national parks till December 2022, and as per that website, the number of national parks in India as on December 2020 is 104. Keep the figure in mind, and also as you will approach and then the exam, so then figure may vary. The WINVIS may update the deadline, not deadline, this national park number. You please check that, and for your reference I am putting the website here. So dear friends, question number 29. The construction of solar cooker is based on the principle of thermoluminescence conversion, concentration of solar heat energy, photoelectric effect, and concentration of light energy. So, dear friends, we all know that this is because of concentration of solar heat energy. So, going to the question number 30, in which of the following electricity generation processes water is used as boiler liquid? Tidal energy conservation, geothermal energy conservation, ocean thermal energy, and ocean wave energy. So, dear friends, you have seen that the two questions are coming from the renewable energy resources. So, dear friends, please go through the question the chapter very carefully. And the thing is that reading of such chapter will be useful for your essay topics also. As you have seen in my previous video of English paper discussion, that many questions are coming from, essays are coming from this renewable energy resource. Please prepare well. Yeah, coming to the answer, this ocean thermal energy. Question number 31. Which of the following arrangements of states in terms of estimated wind power potential at 50-meter height is in descending order? So Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha. Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Odisha. So this is nothing but a statistical, nothing to describe. Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Odisha. This is, you will need to memorize the few things. Sometimes that figures. Question number 32. From both global and regional perspective, which of the following types of pollution has more significance? Air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and noise pollution. Here, কথাটো হল যে এনেকুৱা যে air pollution যদি এটা জায়গাত হয়, air pollution ফলত নিৰ্গত হোৱা যিখিনি প্ৰদূষক বা pollutant, so that pollution, for example, if you take the example sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide, etc. For example, let's take the example of sulfur dioxide, and it is emitted from India. So that sulfur dioxide may mixed up with this water vapor, then it forms as a acid rain. It forms as a acid. So that and it will be mixed with the cloud. So that cloud can be transported to other country, even Australia, even USA, or in many places. So that acid rain, which is the source of that acid rain, could be India, but that acid rain will be poured in other countries. I'm just taking the example. I'm not blaming any country. I'm not blaming any. Pardon me. I'm not blaming any country. So that is the thing. So that's why in global and regional perspective, that air pollution is most significant in case of pollution. But water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution is very local level pollution. It may affect 2 or 3 or not in a broader perspective. It's a very confined type of pollution which is happening. But yeah, all this pollution has major impact in case of ecosystem, in case of biodiversity. So then the answer will be the air pollution. Question number 33. Which of the following groups of chemical species in the atmosphere is of the long lived? Nitrogen dioxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, then N2O, methane, methyl bromide, and nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, methyl bromide. So the answer would be B, N2O, CH4, CH3Br. The following air pollutant cause curling of leaves of plants: ethylene and propylene, fluoride and ammonia, SO3 and O3, NO2 and particulates. So the answer will be ethylene and propylene. Dear friends, see, this chapter environmental toxicology is quite important because there are many diseases or illness which is happening in human life or in wildlife or other plant life because of the pollutants, air pollutant, water pollutant. You may be heard of this Minamata disease, that Bhopal gas tragedy. That all are because of this air pollutant. All are from this pollutant. So please read this environmental toxicology chapter very carefully. Question comes from this chapter, and also you may refer in some example during your essay if needed. So let's go to this next question. Which of the question from environmental toxicology, which of the following on inhalation dissolve in the blood of hemoglobin? Sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, ozone, and nitrous oxide. It is carbon monoxide. Let's go to question number 36. Oh, this is for this lapse rate concept. Under which condition is the atmosphere inherently unstable? So first option is when the environmental lapse rate is greater than dry adiabatic rate, when the environmental lapse rate is between the moist and dry adiabatic rate, when the environmental lapse rate is less than the moist adiabatic rate, none of the above. Before going to the answer, let's see what is lapse rate. A lapse rate is the rate at which temperature decreases or lapses with increasing altitude. This is lapse rate. Then let's see what is environmental lapse rate. Environmental lapse rate is referred to as the rate at which the air temperature surrounding us would be changed if we were to climb upward into the atmosphere. This is environmental lapse rate. Let's see what is moist adiabatic rate, or it is called moist adiabatic lapse rate also. When an air parcel that is saturated with water vapor rises, some of the vapor will condense and release latent heat. So this is called moist adiabatic lapse rate. Let's see what is dry adiabatic lapse rate. The dry adiabatic lapse rate is the rate of fall in temperature with altitude for a parcel of dry or unsaturated air. For example, like which is called unsaturated air with less moisture, rising under adiabatic condition. So this is the concept of lapse rate, environmental lapse rate, moist adiabatic rate. So that's why if we see the answer would be the atmosphere will be inherently unstable when the environmental lapse rate is greater than the dry adiabatic rate. Why? The rising unsaturated air parcel at each level is warmer and lighter than the air around it. If given in the chance, the air parcel will accelerate away from its original position. That's why this instability occurs. Question number 37. Which of the following is not a common source of dissolved solids in surface water? Agriculture runoff, forestry runoff, mining runoff, urban runoff. This is nothing but the forestry runoff. Question number 38. Very interesting question. Which of the following statement is correct? BOD is inversely proportional to DO. BOD is directly proportional to DO. COD is proportional to DO. There is no relation between BOD and DO. What is BOD? BOD is the biochemical oxygen demand or the biological oxygen demand. Let's see what is BOD. The amount of oxygen consumed by organisms in breaking down the waste is known as biochemical oxygen demand. And DO is dissolve oxygen. Now, when dissolved oxygen will be less, then BOD will increase, biochemical oxygen demand. Obviously, this is inversely proportional, right? There is another concept. This is called COD. COD means chemical oxygen demand. The chemical oxygen demand is an indicative measure of the amount of oxygen that can be consumed by reaction in a measured solution. So this is the concept of environmental chemistry. So we already got the answer. Let's see what is it. Is BOD is inversely proportional to DO. So this chapter, environmental chemistry or chemistry of environment, is quite important. Please refer. It is actually the toxicology and chemistry of environment is quite important. You can correlate these two chapters also, and please read these chapters very carefully and in conceptually. 39. A lake usually with brown water full of soil particles and having low food value is called dystrophic lake, eutrophic lake, eutphotic lake, oligotrophic lake. The answer will be dystrophic lake. Now let's see, we got the four concept of lake. Let's see what is dystrophic lake, what is eutrophic lake, what is euphotic lake, or what is oligotrophic lake. Let's see. The dystrophic lake. Dystrophic lakes, also known as humic lakes, are lakes that contain high amounts of humic substances and organic acids. The presence of these substances causes the water to be brown in color. We got this answer, and have a generally low pH of around 4 to 6. What is eutrophic lake? A eutrophic condition is a term describing a situation where a water body has lost so much of its dissolved oxygen that normal aquatic life begins to die off. Eutrophic conditions form when a water body is fed too many nutrients, especially phosphorus and nitrogen. What is euphotic lake? Euphotic lake is that lake where light is sufficient for the growth of plants. Then what is oligotrophic lake? Oligotrophic lakes are those that are unproductive. In eutrophic lake, productivity is quite high. But in oligotrophic lakes are unproductive. Net primary production is only between 50 to 100 milligrams of carbon per square meter per day. Nutrients are in poor supply and secondary production is depressed. So you got the concept of dystrophic lake, eutrophic lake, euphotic lake, and oligotrophic lake. Let's go to the last question of today's discussion. Acid rain is defined as the rainwater having pH value 5.6 to 7, less than 5.6, 5 to 6, none of the above. Usually, the standard of acid rain, pH level of standard pH level value of acid rain is 4. That's why the question is the answer is none of the above, because the pH of the acid rain is 4. So dear friends, this is end of today's discussion of APSC Forest Ranger Examination's previous year question paper analysis of subject environmental science. I was discussing the written examination paper of year 2019. So it is my humble request to you all, my dear friends, that please watch the video completely. Then after that, if you are not getting anything, then only ask any question. And in my comment box, yes, please comment if if you are not getting anything in spite of discussion. Please do write. I am not prohibiting this thing, but the thing is that many of my friends, I have noticed in my earlier videos and by reading the comments that many of my friends don't watch the video completely, and before ending the video, they used to go to the comment box and jump into the comment box and write that. But the thing is that many of the things are being told in the video only. And also, many of my friends did not go to my previous videos also. They used to ask questions, but which is already been described in my other videos. So my dear friends, it is my humble request to you, it is my sincere request to you, please watch the video, and after watching the video, if you are not getting anything, then only comment. Rather than replying to you all, which has been already described in my other video, is actually tiresome job. See friends, I am working as a forest range officer, so I have very tight schedule, very tight busy schedule, but in spite of my busy schedule, I am sparing some time to help you out during your preparation by making these videos. So please friends, keep that in mind also before asking before asking some question. Which is, yeah, please ask question. Please ask question. Please do comment. But which has already been described in the video. Actually, please don't do that. It is my sincere request to you. And also, friends, if you are not getting any point, if you have any doubt in any of the points which has been described in my videos and also in this video, and if you want to rectify, or if you want to comment, or for the improvement of the video, you please write it out. You can also give me message. So I'll definitely read that, and I'll try to rectify it in my next video. And if you have any kind of comment, any kind of correction, please write it. But please watch the video so that you will get the answer. You will get to know more about the things. And the friends, see that while I was discussing the question answer, I was not just discussing the question and answer. I was discussing the concept also. So the friends, this is my motive to not to it is my motive that you should not only pass the exam, you should also get the concept of ecology, you should also get the concept of forestry, you should also get the concept of GK, so that you would not face any kind of difficulty during your interviews. After having the concept, you will definitely be confident for your interview. So that is the motive, that is my motive. So friends, if you have not so this is my request, if you have not subscribed this channel, please subscribe for my next videos, and please stay tuned. That's all for today. I'll definitely meet you in my next video of this series, environmental science question paper analysis series. Till then, bye bye, take care.